If you're in sales and you're having trouble hitting your sales and hitting your targets, the first place I'm going to recommend you go is to what are you talking about? And what I mean by that is when you're talking with your customers, are you talking about your products and are you talking about your services? Because if you are, you're in big trouble. And that's probably the heart of what's stopping you from reaching your targets. If you're not in sales and you say, well, this doesn't apply to me, I'm really going to challenge you to own up to the fact that at some level, everyone is in sales. And what I mean by that is that if you are wanting to grow and be successful and contribute in really meaningful ways, at certain times, you're going to need to influence other people. You're going to need to sell people on an idea that you have that you really believe in, and you really could be the one that really helps the organization or helps whoever or whatever that end goal is. And if you're not able to do that, you're just not going to be able to hit your goals and to contribute in those really meaningful ways. So, for all of us, when we're in conversations and we need to sell and we're engaging with that other person or that other party by talking with them about our idea, our product, our service, we're in big trouble because that customer doesn't care about our product or about our service. What they do care about is three things. First, your customers don't care about your products. What they do care about is their goals. They don't just roll out of bed every day and just sort of dial it in and not really care about anything. They have something they really care about. They are aiming for something. They are shooting for something. There's something that they want to achieve. Now, that something that they want to achieve may have direct relation to you and it may not, but it doesn't matter. It's really, really important that you learn and find out what is that other person's, what are their goals? What is it that they are aiming for and shooting for that you may or may not have a direct bearing on or some kind of direct relation to? Because when you can really discover their goals and what they're trying to accomplish, then you can get creative about how you can help them to reach their goals. And that is their dearest wish and their greatest desire is to be able to reach those goals. If you don't know their goals, then you just coming in and talking about your products and services and your idea is completely meaningless. So ask yourself, how much time do I spend really getting an understanding of this other person's goals or this company's goals? Something that is maybe related to you, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. If you want a true relationship with them and truly be able to influence them and to sell, you need to know their goals, all of their goals, and you need to know them intimately. It's not just one question, it's a lot of questions. Second, if you're selling to an external customer or you're selling to an internal customer and you're having trouble selling, you've got to ask yourself, what do they care about? They don't care about your products. What they care about is their problems. They have goals, and typically there are obstacles to them reaching their goals. There are challenges to them reaching their goals. They've got problems, and they don't lie awake at night thinking about your products. They lie awake at night thinking about their problems and thinking, oh goodness, how can I solve my problems? And so for you to go in and spend most of your time in a meeting with them, either most of your time and certainly the earlier part of the meeting, if you spend that time talking about your products as opposed to really digging into their problems and then demonstrating that you really get their problems once you've really heard them through. We're not going to be presumptuous about saying we get them until we've really, really heard them out. Then we're not going to be successful in selling anything. So they don't care about your products, they care about their problems. And when you are the one that shows that you care just as much and you really want to hear about them, and then you can read them back to them in a way that is satisfactory to them, your sales are going to go way up. Third, if you're selling and your sales aren't going well, you got to ask yourself, am I talking more about my products and my services, or am I demonstrating to them, finding ways to demonstrate to them that they're not alone? Because What's much deeper for them than my products and services, which really aren't very deep, what's much deeper for them is this sense of, I've got goals, I've got problems, and I am feeling alone in this. How do I get these things done? If I don't get it done, if I don't solve this, then we're all in trouble. And they feel the weight of the world on their shoulders. If you're the one who doesn't just come in to talk about what you came in to talk about, and you're just going on and on about your products and your ideas and your solutions and your services, but if you come in and really listen to them and demonstrate that you are tracking with them in a very true and genuine way, what happens is an extremely important transfer, social transfer that says connection between two people. And the transfer is they get that sense of, oh, I am being candid about what's really important to me, and they care. And they are tracking with me. I have somebody else in my foxhole. And when I feel like I have someone in my foxhole, when I feel like this incredibly great human need that somebody else on the face of the earth really gets me and gets what's important to me, if I really get that from you, then I have what I need from you. And your sales now to me, you're selling, you're influencing me, is going to be so much easier because now I trust you. I see that you get me and I see that you care. So for you to not spend all your time talking about your product or your idea, but for you to spend time listening, for you to spend time demonstrating that you're tracking with them, adds up to this very profound need they have, which is they're not alone. That's where you want to spend your time when you are in selling either to a customer, an external customer, or to an internal customer. So if you want to grow your sales, internal sales, external sales, you want to focus on the big three. Number one, you want to focus on their goals. Secondly, you want to focus on their problems. And third, you want to be sure you're demonstrating that they are not alone. And you do those three as opposed to what your competitors are doing. They're in there talking about their products and they're talking about their services. But if you bypass that and you go really deep with what they most care about, and then certainly when you talk about what you have, you're going to talk about the solutions that will help them to reach their goals, help them to solve their problems. And along the way, you're helping them to feel that they are not alone. And you do that, your sales, they're going to go way up.